I want to acknowledge and recognize our sponsors in the Netherlands for their tremendous support. A special thanks to the Spirit FM for opening their doors to us when we were enjoying our opposition moments. Thank you, Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, in fact, I will not bore you with a long talk because we are not here to talk. But I want to call all Ghanaians to come together as one people with a common destiny to build Mother Ghana into a place really worth living. Remember, there is no Ghana, Hausa, Fantis, Fafras, Ewe or Ashantis. Let us unite under the unity here tonight as people under the same umbrella. Thank you all for honoring our invitation at this short notice. I wish you all the best of the evening, and I want to say bon appetit. God bless Ghana, and God bless NDC. Thank you. I've just forgotten something very dear. That is one of my executives, Miss Barbara A.C. Williams. She's our treasurer. Barbara is very short. She has been keeping all the money. And it is through her effort and that of the planning committee that will have this evening. So Barbara, we say very thank you.
Well spoken. Shall we give him a big round of applause? It looks like the applause is a bit, it's not very high. I want the whole place to shake. Yes! The young man has spoken wonderfully. Thank you very much. At this moment, because we are running out of time, we are going to go straight on and invite the deputy to the Ghana ambassador to come and have a word with us. Please.
Mr. Chairman, Nananom, Friends of Ghana, members of the NDC, the NPP, CPP, and all other political parties in Ghana. Like the preceding speaker indicated, this night is not one for long speeches. It's actually a celebratory night. And we are celebrating a very unique occasion, the import of which must not be lost sight of. We are celebrating the peaceful transition in Africa from one government to the other. The elections we had in Ghana was unique as it is historical. For the first time, an African country has on 2 successive occasions transferred power without the spilling of one drop of Ghanaian blood. We have transferred power without burning houses. We have transferred power and maintained our national cohesion. This is something that we all have to be justifiably proud of. The victory we are celebrating is a victory for democracy. It is a step that goes to prove that as a people, we are deepening the principles that will accelerate our development. We have a task before us, and for those of us who have been following events back home, the first pronouncement of President Mills is the need for us to stick together as a people and address the problems of development that confront us. We are very much aware that we have issues of health, education, infrastructure, technical and other matters. Now, it is not the winning party that can single-handedly proceed with solving all these problems. As a people, we must recognize that the development of Ghana is a collective effort. That effort involves both sides of the political divide. And I am proud to acknowledge and find within this gathering that there is true representation of the party that handed power to the incoming party. I think it is a plus that they are here and the NPP executives are present with us and participating in this event. I want all of us to give them a big round of applause. As I said earlier, the night will not be spent in making speeches. I will want to briefly continue to assure you that the mission in The Hague will continue as it has been in the past to be a representative arm of government. We shall be open to your suggestions as usual. We look forward to promoting trade, investment, and deepening relations with our host country. We also look forward to inviting all of you who have ideas that can accelerate the progress of our country. For some of us, there are people back home whose sacrifices have made us what we are today. I believe this is true for most of us also here. We owe it to them and the generations that are to come to stay together as one people with one destiny, despite our political differences. The politics that we are involved in is a contest of ideas as to how to move our country forward. So it is pleasing to note that we have not reduced this contest into one of physical confrontation, bitterness, and acrimony. I thank all of you. I want to express the gratitude of the staff of the mission. Some of them could not be here this evening because of prayer commitments. And I want to urge all of you to enjoy yourself, celebrate your victory within normal legal framework. I thank you all.
Thank you very much, my brother. I'm going to call upon Mr. Jude Keller from the Stadsdale to come and talk to us. Mr. Jude Keller. Let's give him a big round of applause.
Good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, my dear brothers and sisters, welcome to this celebration, because it is a celebration. It is not so much a celebration of victory, and even if it is a celebration of victory, it is a celebration of the will of the people. It is something that we can all be really proud of. For the last 50 years, Ghana has very often stood like a colossal beacon for the rest of Africa, especially when we refer to freedom, to independence. And therefore, it is very fitting that only in Ghana can we have the kind of transition that we have had recently. Think with me, I'm an old man and I always tend to go back in history because it's easy. On that 6th of March, when Kwame Nkrumah declared Ghanaian independence, think of what that did to the minds of black people all over the world. Very few people know that even Martin Luther King visited Ghana in 1957. And who is to say whether his inspiration that he was going to use throughout the 1960s did not come from visiting Ghana and seeing what he could see, black people who were proud and could take their own responsibility for governing themselves into their own hands and making something out of it. You know, in folklore they say that if you were to trace a rainbow to where it touches the earth, you would find a pot of gold. But I tell you, if you were to trace the aspirations of a people, that rainbow, it doesn't just bend in the sky on its own. People really have to take it with their own hands and bend it and make sure that it touches the earth. And where it touches the earth, in this case it is Ghana, it gives people a reason to dream. If you look at what happened in 2008, just compare Ghana with, say, what happened in Kenya, where thousands of people died. We were all witnesses on CNN to people being macheted down in front of a television because of an election. And I know as the elections approached, I called friends who were in Ghana. My friends in Tema had left with their children and gone to their villages because they were afraid that something was going to happen, and yet nothing happened. I was told there were all rumors circulating that there were lists of people who were going to be killed after the elections on both sides, and yet nobody died. It kind of really begs the question, what does it mean to be a patriot? Who is a patriot actually? I think a patriot is somebody who loves their country. It is not somebody who says that they love their country. A patriot is also not somebody who shouts that they love their country. We have a lot of that in Africa. No. Patriotism is actually an emotion of love that is directed towards a nation or a people by a critical mind. By people who actually demand more from their society, from their people, and from their country because they want to make it better. And this is what we have seen in Ghana recently. So we can only hope that that will continue. I heard the vice chairman of the NDC say that in their 8 years of wilderness, when they were in the wilderness. No, they were not in the wilderness. There is a reason why there is an opposition. That is what makes democracy healthy. So the other parties that have lost now are not in the wilderness. They are there so that they can maintain the health of democracy. Because at any one time, democracy is always going to be fragile. Because we, as a people, we do not always instinctively choose for freedom and stability and good governance. Africa is full of politicians who act more like aggressive millionaires than they act like statesmen. So we really have to count ourselves blessed. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to talk more. I'm simply going to ask you to celebrate and have fun. This is a real night for celebration. I thank you very much.
Brother Jude Keller, a Ghanaian. Thank you very much. I am touched. I will now call upon the NPP National Chairman in Holland to come and share with us. Please stay.
Thank you. Madam, Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, I can't express how honored I am to be here. And what fascinates me most is that I know this was supposed to be an NDC victory, but I think it's a Ghanaian victory, a good victory for Ghanaians, but still, you can see we have the NPP flag here. Don't forget about Holland colors. This is an NPP color. Good. For those of you foreigners around us, or among us here, I think this is a true testimony, and you are witnessing people who are united, not only for this event, but also towards our democratic development. We've not met here as Ashantis, Hausas, Akwapans, or Eras, but we've met here today to celebrate as Ghanaians, and I really appreciate that. I must really congratulate the NDC, I should say the NPP, because it's still me. It's in my dream. The NDC, for their victory in the elections that we had in 2008. You really deserve it. You worked hard, you really campaigned hard, and the people of Ghana heard your message and gained the trust in the matter which was improved. Now, without bothering you with a long speech, I think the Excellency has already mentioned a few things that leads to our development as a nation. I will not go to repeat them, but I must say that we still have to hold fast our democratic goals. We can live here, we can have nice speeches, but when we go back, we still have to maintain those values. Backbiting, condemnation will not help us. This is a piece of advice, and I hope you all agree with me on that. I'm looking for a day that will have the NDC cemetery and an NPP cemetery. Then we know we are politically and ideologically and everything divided. But that will never happen, will it? It will never happen. So we will still be. Those of us living want to live in peace. So we will never have any cemetery for a particular political party. So we have to live together and united. Thank you very much.
I want to personally call you and give you a title. You are my true Negro. Yeah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are going straight to the cultural group. You know, the great lady, I call her great lady, Madam Gifty Manukuri. She is organizing and managing the cultural show for us, which means that on moments like this, we can have our children come to entertain us. We are going to teach our children to keep and value that which is valuable for us. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big hand of applause for the Webster Cultural Troupe. Yes.
Oman paying mills. Yes, sir, Namawa. No my Oman paying mills, no my one casa, Praco, Oman penny. Yes, sir, Namawa, which are bankers. Sao and sao, Nane, sao and Sanye. Nane, sao and sao, Nane, sao and sao, Nane, sao and Sanye. Atnasio penana and Sanyo. Atnasiope, Holland penny for and Senio. Atnasiope, Oman penny mills and Senio. Atnasiope, Ghana penny for and Senio. Atnasiope, Vipsa and Senio. Atnasiope, Atnasiope, Oshime Yamiaye.